Sunday morning at the Deputy President-elect William Ruto's residence, and I have arrived just in time for breakfast before church. A routine for the family that uses such moments to bond with their father, who in recent days hasn't been home as much as they would want him to. 16-year-old Stephanie isn't as pleased with my presence here today. This would mean she gets late for church, and that, to her, is not an option. Such the fundamentals that have grounded this family over the years, that life should continue as normal as possible for them, despite Daddy's political life and the consequences that come with it. I therefore have to promise not to take too much of their time so they make it to church. To the world, William Ruto may now be the Deputy President-elect after what was an intense political process, but to them, he remains a husband and father of 6 who plays games with them, serves them tea and laughs with them. They are, however, aware of the greater responsibility bestowed on their father with the March 4th win.
It was a mix of emotions, exciting, but also that his life has changed as well as mine, so I might not see him as often as I want, and there are like so much expectations from the Kenyans.
You didn't miss me, Baba?
I did.
Huh?
I did.
What do you think he will be able to give Kenyans, because you know him better as your dad?
Well, I think he's gonna change Kenya. It's gonna make a difference.
Do you think Daddy will be able to deliver as the Vice President of Kenya?
For sure. Yeah, I think he will. Because he's very determined and he has desire. Yeah.
After breakfast, it is finally time to catch up with the Deputy President-elect in what is his first one-on-one interview since the election. And right away, I ask about a matter that has over the last few Sundays awed, moved, puzzled and amazed Kenyans almost in similar magnitude.
Mheshimiwa, would you say the Jubilee win was emotional, especially to you? We have you on shot a few days ago during the first service after the win, crying. How important and how emotional was it for you to clinch this victory?
The trust that the people of Kenya bestowed on Uhuru Kenyatta and myself and our campaign team and the Jubilee coalition was quite moving. I think anybody in our position would have been as emotional.
Was it a sure win for the Jubilee coalition, I ask him?
We carried out a very robust campaign. We were sure to an extent that we were going to win. I must admit that we didn't know that it was possible to do it in round 1. But we thank God that it was possible.
It remains the perfect leadership combination, according to Ruto, that which incorporates youth and a common vision to steer the nation forward.
The chemistry between me and my friend Uhuru Kenyatta did not let us down. We've worked together before. We understand each other very well. I think better than any pair of politicians that I have known.
Would you say that it was a gamble for you and the President-elect Uhuru Kenyatta, because it was either you clinch the seat or you go home, and especially seeing the background or the circumstances that you both faced?
Well, I can't call it a gamble. By the way, when we decided with President-elect Uhuru Kenyatta that we were going to do the unpredictable or the unthinkable, that we are going to run together on a joint ticket. We knew there were risks. It didn't matter to us whether we won the election or we did not. Because at the very least, we will have won by having Kenyans vote in peace. And that was the bottom line for us, you know. It wasn't so much whether we win or lose, but it was so much whether this election was going to be peaceful or not, you know. And for us, we were willing to pay any price, you know, including the possibility of losing.
For a pair who many, including political analysts, commentators and theorists, had dismissed as incapable, their eventual rise to power has to them signified more than just a win.
The fact that against the odds, many people did not believe that it was possible to get communities that have fought before, not only to work together, but to vote together. That tells us that there are many things that are possible in Kenya.
Ruto says that they have already started rolling out most of the plans as itemized in their manifesto, promising that Tuesday will not only signify a change of power, but will also usher in a new form of leadership and dissemination of power that will be all-inclusive.
The responsibility now rests on us to make sure that we bridge the gaps that exist, reach out to every region of our country, reach out to leaders of every political shade, and craft a working formula that is good for Kenya.
On the delicate matter of the International Criminal Court proceedings, Ruto chose not to talk about it.
I think that we'll deal with as we move on.
And then there is this other small matter of shifting houses, or should I call it a big matter, seeing that it's the expansive vice presidential residence in Karen in which they are expected to move into as the first inhabitants.
Will you be doing that, and when will you be doing that?
No, I'll make that decision further down the road. Yeah.
Rachel Ruto, wife to Deputy President-elect, tells me they have just finished remodeling their current home, and so the decision to move may be a tough one for them.
I think that now we are not very sure. We'll just wait to be given directions. If it's a must for us, maybe. If not must, then I think we're just happy staying in our home here. We love it very much. Yeah.
Though that decision may be filled with such uncertainty, the decision to have her husband venture all the way to become the country's deputy, on the other hand, is a certain one, and one Rachel says Kenyans will not regret.
Well, at least I know William is a performer, and whatever he says he does. No wonder their slogan of kusema na kutenda. So I can't really assure Kenyans that whatever they have promised, they will do, and even beyond.
I've kept the family longer than promised and now have to leave them to go to church. Evelyn Wambui, Citizen TV, Nairobi.